We're hitting the campaign trail in the Palmetto State, South Carolina, and it's heating up. We've covered the upcoming governor's election in South Carolina. It features congressional heavyweights Nancy Mace and Ralph Norman. But there's also a key U.S. Senate contest. U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham has been in the Senate for nearly a quarter century. At times, he's riled the MAGA base by supporting the DREAM Act and virtually every war that's ever been contemplated. Lindsey Graham thinks we should send more money to Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, and many other places. When Lindsey Graham's name was called at a Trump rally in his home state, this happened.
Please welcome United States Senator Lindsey Graham.
It's the guts and it's the blood. 100 stripes, 100
Thank y'all. Welcome to Pickens.
It's hardly a ringing endorsement from fellow Republicans. It's frothed up a field of candidates who think Lindsey Graham is vulnerable despite him having received President Trump's endorsement. Mark Lynch is a businessman and faith leader from the Palmetto State. He's running for the U.S. Senate and has positioned himself to the right of Lindsey Graham. Senate candidate Mark Lynch joins us now. So, Mr. Lynch, why are you running for the Senate? Senate candidate Mark Lynch joins us now. Mr. Lynch, why are you running for the Senate?
It's time to take out these traitors, Matt, in D.C. We've got enemies within Congress that we need to be getting rid of.
Do you believe Senator Graham is one of those traitors?
I sure do. You know, he was in charge of helping with the Russian collusion hoax to try to get rid of our President Trump. And he brought the Steele dossier out and got with people like Jack Smith and started the prosecutions. And they sat by and rubber stamped everything the Democrat coup was attempting to do. And we've lived through a coup in our country. And, you know, Hillary didn't get in 2016, but they continued with the fake Fedsurrection of 2020 on January the 6th. And we were arresting American patriots that were exercising their First Amendment to express their freedoms of speech and to have a peaceful protest while they sang Amazing Grace and waved flags at the Capitol and went to prison. And, you know, that's why I'm running, because we've got to get real, true conservative leadership back into Congress and get these feckless traitors out of there.
One of the hallmark wins of the Trump administration, among many, has been securing America's border. Before that had happened, Senator Graham famously championed the bipartisan DREAM Act to give a form of amnesty to illegal aliens who have been brought to the United States by their parents. What's your view on the DREAM Act?
I mean, all that's crazy. I mean, that's one of his names, right? Gramnesty. He wanted to grant amnesty to all the illegal aliens in the country. And he sent out a thing that really makes me mad. Back in March or April, he sent out a direct mail piece saying he was so proud to be in charge of the Laken-Riley Act. And I'll fly him and we'll go to the Riley home, and I want to hear his explanation to that family about their beautiful daughter that was brutally raped and murdered by an illegal alien in our country, because he's never defended the border. And that's an oath he takes as a U.S. Senator, to defend against enemies. And we've let him just walk into this country the last 10 years.
Senator Graham supports sending money to Ukraine, to Israel, to many, many countries. How much money do you think American taxpayers should send to Ukraine and Israel?
Not a penny. That's not American first. And listen, we're out of money. We're bankrupt, and Lindsey's been the head of the budget committee, so he's failed us there. And that's not American first, funding everything but paying our bills here. So he's got us into these endless wars, and I know his biggest contributors are Boeing and Lockheed Martin, because he funds and keeps endless wars going, getting our children blown up and killed with no America agenda at all.
You mentioned the budget. We're currently in a government shutdown. Today, President Trump called on the Senate to use the nuclear option to open the government. Do you agree with President Trump?
No. Well, yes, with President Trump, I do, yes. But, you know, we've got to get it back open, but we cannot fund illegal aliens' health care, and I'm sure Lindsey's for that, you know, but we're not for paying for their health care. They're not citizens here.
Yeah, no, I think President Trump wants to open the government without doing that, but the Senate is
Right.
only agreeing to proceed if they get 60 votes, which of course they don't have 60 Republicans. So President Trump and others have said, well, just use the majority you have to pass the bill that Republicans passed in the House, and that would effectually, cripple the filibuster. Do you believe in the filibuster in the Senate?
I do. Yep. Absolutely.
So you would maintain the filibuster and not pass the continuing resolution with 51 votes? Just to be
Well,
clear?
I believe in the filibuster, but I would pass that for Trump, yes.
Okay, so you would have an exception from it. We mentioned President
Yes.
Trump. He's endorsed Senator Graham in this contest. How do you beat that?
Well, South Carolinians and people all over the country, Matt, the pulse is, Trump, we love President Trump, but his endorsement of Lindsey Graham won't save Lindsey this time. Everybody's tired of it. We know the patterns. He only becomes a little to the right during an election campaign season. But the other 5.5 years of his term, he's voting and doing everything along with the Democrats. That's who he is. He has a 57% lifetime constitutional voting record. He's failing everywhere. He's failing in the conservative review vote. He's got a 43% lifetime score. He's failing in the Club for Growth lifetime score with a 65% voting record. And so, he's betrayed South Carolinians. He's betraying America, and he's stabbing Trump in the back every chance he gets.
Mark Lynch, U.S. Senate candidate in South Carolina. We think we'll be hearing more from you in the coming months. Thanks for coming on the program and laying out the case for your campaign.
Thank you, Matt. God bless.